Hello guys, I'd like to introduce you to our new channel, which is called the Chat TV Podcast. Yeah, so basically with the Chat TV Podcast is where we just grind all the news. All the latest news, we bring them up to you live, fun, and all the juice that you can think of. We talk about entertainment, we talk about finances, and we talk about social things that affect us or impacts us as people. So we bring it all live to you guys. We also have the Chess Entertainment. Basically in this, we just mix, play, and vibe. Your Friday's night, your Saturday's night, your Sunday's night, we are here for you now. Yes, guys, so I'll like you guys. Please go on that channel, like, subscribe, comment. Let's engage and let's grow a team, and thank you for being part of our journey as we grow together. Welcome, team. Thank you. Bye-bye.
We go. Welcome to the chat, everyone. Welcome to another episode, bringing you another story. It's your favorite host, Jollof Kid, and your favorite queen, Aya. What do you say, my girl?
Yes, welcome to another episode of the Chat TV podcast, and thank you for joining us and thank you for tuning in with us. Yeah, we really appreciate your support, and yeah, we're back again.
Yeah, back again on our favorite sofa.
Thank you.
What do we have today for the audience today, for our people?
You know what, that's very funny because a lot has been going on really with, with the world basically. But recently, I've been seeing this trending story of Dr. Kaliwe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dr. Kaliwe, a medical doctor who apparently been paying 23,000 every month rent in car installment for an unemployed husband.
So the wife kind of got him a car or something like on an installment, and she's the one paying for it basically.
Yeah, she's the one paying for it. Mind you, it's not the first car, it's the second car. Apparently, when she finished studying and then got her license, the first car she bought was the Mercedes, the GL. However, though, the husband, drove that car for as long as he got into an accident and the car was just written off. And then when now the husband, because the insurance obviously they took care of it, and when now they were choosing for another car, and Kaliwe wanted to downgrade and buy a cheaper car because she had been paying for the car, she had been paying for the rent, she has been looking after the kids. So she was like, no babe, you know what? I think we do not afford this car anyway, the Mercedes, and we need to downgrade and buy a cheaper car. And this man said, no Mercedes Benz or nothing. And that is one word, that is one name he's trending about, Mercedes Benz or nothing.
So where are they from?
Dr. Kaliwe is a South African.
South African. Okay.
Yes, the husband is Nigerian.
The husband is Nigerian.
Yes.
So basically the backstory is husband and wife. The wife purchased the husband a car on a finance, 23 grand rent, South African value money, monthly installment.
Yeah, but we wouldn't say like she purchased it for their husband per se. It's so like one of those things.
It's a family car.
Exactly. It's like one of those things where but then apparently the husband was also, some part of ownership. So there were two of them and car ownership.
Well, isn't that what couples do? They just join partnership in buying or purchasing stuff.
Yeah, but then look at it this way. She's she's the only one paying for it.
Oh, she's the only one paying for it?
Yeah.
But how comes then the man is part ownership if she's the one paying for it?
No, like kind of like how like he also been put to be part of the ownership, but he's not
Okay,
paying for
but he
it
is
to
not
own
paying
the
for
car
it.
too.
Okay.
But he's not
So
paying for it.
basically, to get the car, when they went to get the car, on the papers they put down both of their names as owners of the vehicle, but she is the one paying for it.
No, but basically, when Eliwe was buying the car, the
Okay.
first car, it was initially like her car, but then she decided to add the husband as well, because she was the one purchasing the car.
Okay.
So now there were two of them under the same car. So she
Okay.
added the husband. So now when the car was written off because the husband had an accident,
Okay.
but luckily he came with no scratch.
Yeah.
He went again, and when they had that conversation, and the wife was suggesting, let's downgrade to a cheaper car.
Yeah.
But the husband said, you want me to dispense or nothing? You want me to be a laughing stock? So now, when the insurance has taken care of everything, now they need to go for another car, isn't it?
Yeah.
And choose another car. So they went for another car, and then the husband chose another car, which now the installment was 23,000 rand per month.
Okay. So for me, what I can understand from the question, from the story is basically when they were all happy, in the beginning of the relationship, everything was nice and happy.
Yeah.
So she was happy to get into the car deal, to get the car in the first place. And then when time for payments, she keep paying it without the guy paying. With the first car, she was paying it. So when the guy got an accident and the car was written off, why was she open and willing to go for another car when the first car in the first place he wasn't paying?
That is a very good question, to be honest. Even myself, I'm going, because I guess it's love.
Let's just say me and you, we go and get a car right now, and I mess up the car, and you are the one paying for it, all along. Why would you get along with me to get another car, which you still gonna go and I'm like gonna keep paying?
It's love, I guess, and it's
So,
just keep giving,
okay.
second chances.
So what is the problem now then? Is it because they are no more together that she's now looking at those dealings or those affairs between them as well?
No, but also I know, I had one of the factors that affected the relationship was abuse, physical abuse.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, that one we don't condone.
Yeah, that one
So
is
if,
really
yeah,
a crux.
yeah, if that was the case, then yeah.
So yeah. So that's what also kind of like affected the relationship. The relationship got so physical, kept getting physical until, I don't know, maybe the husband had reached where he wanted to reach, so he eventually left.
To be honest, for me, like, I want to know what is all of this thing coming out now because the marriage ended, or is it just coming out now because of now? She's just speaking her truth. Because if she was happy all along, getting and buying the car, first car, second car, and still paying it on her own, happily doing it, or was it force? Was he forcing her to do those things?
Sweet talking.
Sweet talking. So sweet talking got her to do all of those stuff.
Yeah. And also, at the time they had 2 children.
They have 2 kids too.
Yeah, now they have 3. Because then after that, they decided, they're going to try again things. And then when they were trying again, they had the last one.
Okay.
Yeah.
But for me, it's like, because as we always hear in marriages or in couple relationships, when it's nice, we do everything. But when it's fall out or break apart, one have a different perspective or view of the relationship, and most of the time one will say something that probably, so one would question, okay, how comes then, like in the case of the car,
Yeah.
if he's complaining regarding that car, saying I gave or I took a finance car for my husband and I was the one paying for it, and the first one he crashed it, and then now you saying again now you went in again to get him another car, and when you went to get him another car, he said to you, Benz or no car, and you still went for a Benz. Like, but as the story goes, like there was abuse in it. So that's why I'm saying, like, asking it, was he pressure or force?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
in a threatening way of like, you have to get this.
Yeah, might have not been like that, kind of force, but if somebody is using words like, do you want me to be a laughing stock to my friends? We are getting another band, and unfortunately, I think because the woman is more into like wife material, or was just trying all her best to just keep the marriage working, so she could do anything really.
Yeah. No, just for me, it's like it's kind of sad when couples end and then they wanna air out their problems online, because it leaves us to just now question some of the things you're saying.
Yeah.
We're not condoning, we don't take sides on this podcast. We're not taking any sides. We don't take sides. But there are reasons for me to ask, why would she get along with the second car?
Yeah, relationships are like that anyway. You never really see so much when you're in it until you're out of it, or until it gets to a point of that, unveil, wow.
Uncomfortable, yeah.
Something that just, unveils off, basically. Yeah, but that's just how it is. That's just how
So,
the world and the life.
what's the side of the story for the guy then? What is he saying?
Well, the guy hasn't said really much except, laughing because he's trending about Mr. and Mrs. Benz or nothing. So he's just laughing about that. That's okay. I hear you guys are calling me Mr. and Mrs. Benz or nothing. That is just it. But basically, with all of these things happening, I think we need to ask ourselves questions as women, as men, in relationships, basically, like, oh, what's your take on women doing everything in a relationship? Like, for instance, the guy is unemployed, the woman is looking after the house, paying the rent, paying the car, looking after the kids. What's your take in that kind of marriage or in this kind of a relationship?
As a man, our first purpose is to provide and protect the family. But there could be circumstances too. Let's say, for instance, if a guy was capable and meet somebody and marry that person and be providing for that person, and then one day, God forbid, he lost it all, would you call that man now useless because he's now lost everything and trying to get back on it and he couldn't provide? But now the wife is looking after everything.
No, we're talking about here a man who has not lost everything, but who's got nothing at all. Who's got nothing. Probably, yeah, he is trying somewhere, but basically, a woman is more stable and more organized. A woman is a professional doctor, because when they met at the church, and the man is just a church goer, got nothing really, and he's trying this barber shop that is now really coming up, or So yeah, so the woman is level higher than the man.
So what? The woman saw him and loved him.
No, I mean in general, what's your take on those situations or in those relationships? like with men and women, but then women doing everything in the relationship or in marriage and men doing nothing. A man is not employed, a woman is looking after the kids, a woman is paying the rent, a woman is buying groceries, a woman is buying, probably paying for the car they are both using, things like that. A woman is basically supporting the man. Like roles have switched. What's your take on
No,
that?
that's why I say, like, I gave you that example. If it's from, let's say now, a guy that has nothing going for himself, don't do anything. I don't. Why would a woman want to be with that person? That's the first question. Because for a woman, before you mate with somebody, you gotta know that, okay, this person can support me, can have my back, can provide for me, all these things. So I would believe in the initial go on before in any relationship, woman knows that, okay, this person is just attraction, or this person is capable of A, B, and C for me. The long run, yeah, he can look after me, he can provide for me, he can protect me. You know what I mean? So I will suggest, I will think or believe women will go into a real relationship knowing that this person is capable of doing those things.
Okay.
So, but now, if the person has none of those qualities and a woman chose to be with that person,
Yeah.
that's her choice. I'm
Yeah.
not going to judge them. I'm not going to judge the guy
Okay.
either. But I'm not going to shame the woman for choosing to be with somebody that has nothing and is provided. Because in some other cases, in general, men look after the woman, provide for the woman, and protect the woman. But also, there are women who are more successful than some men, or even their husbands. I don't think it would be a bad thing or taboo, only if the woman is not using it to demasculate the man, like, I'm the one paying this, I'm the one doing this, I'm the shit, basically.
So you feel...
Because real men will not have that. That's why real men will not even want that. We want them to be the providers, the protector, the everything. Because that's the ego of a man. That's my woman, I provide for them. But today's generation also, we have 50-50. We have relationship of 50-50.
Yeah, so,
Yeah.
okay, so if a woman is now successful or any more than a man they're with, and doing almost everything, and the man not doing anything, and are you saying that the man kind of feels intimidated?
Oh, some men will, especially if at all the woman is rubbing it on his face. And I don't know why would the man choose to be in that kind of relationship.
Okay, so the man will feel intimidated if a woman is rubbing on his face.
Yeah.
If they are not rubbing on his face, they will not feel intimidated.
No, because if, let's say now, it's real love, finances, money, and material will never impact or will never influence the woman or the man's decisions or actions. But now, let's say now, if money influences the man will probably not treat the woman properly. If money influences the man, if let's say now the man has money and met a woman and now using that money as the influence, as the main source of power, his power or whatever, he probably will not treat that woman properly.
So which woman is he likely to treat proper then? The man?
None.
None.
Vice versa, if a woman has money and think that the money is the main source of this and that, and in a relationship it's going to be the tool to control or to determine things, none either.
Oh.
So for me, I don't think when it comes to love and marriage, money should be the thing to drive it. Money can facilitate what we need and stuff like that. But while we together, shouldn't be money. So that's why if it's real love, if I pay the bills, I'm not gonna feel like why you not paying the bills. If you pay the bills, you're not gonna feel like why am I not paying the bills? Yeah. But when we put this thing in front of why we're together, now I'm gonna look at why am I doing it alone? Or why am I doing it more? Yeah.
But then, like with this case, I do not think the woman feels like why is she doing it alone. the thing is that people are very ungrateful,
Yeah.
and she had been doing it for years. They met in 2015,
Yeah.
and this thing, the relationship has just
Ended now.
So that will tell you how long she has been trying to keep up.
Yeah, it's been a long.
Yeah, that's what, how long she's been trying to keep up and how long she's been doing it. The thing is now, if somebody has different intentions with you, that's it. If somebody is attracted to you for wrong reasons, that's it. If somebody is drawn to you for wrong reasons, that's it.
That's true.
And with this, I can confirm that the guy was not attracted to her because he loved her. He was attracted to her because of what she brought to the table.
So, when they met, he already knew that what the girl had. The girl was already established, get her stuff sorted and all that stuff. He was not, basically.
Not per se established, but she was a medical student.
Okay.
So you could see a future there already. You could see positiveness.
But she was not a medical student yet.
She was
a graduate medical student yet.
She was nearly. I think it was her last year.
Yeah.
And then but she was nearly a medical, graduate, and he was just a church goer. They met in church.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well. Yeah, they were all church goers basically. They all go to church basically. That's where they met. But outside church, she was a medical student.
Yeah, to graduate.
Final year. This guy is from Nigeria to South Africa hustling. We don't know the beginning what they were doing for one another, because if she was a medical student in her final year, we cannot assume that she was financially stable to do everything for herself and pay this, pay that. But the guy wasn't studying. I'm not taking the side of the guy either. This is really not the side again. But let's assume she didn't have anything in the beginning. He was not also there, and they met about to graduate, hustler. She graduated, they got married, hustling together. Because we were gonna say the first year it's not rosy also.
No, but it's very guaranteed. When you finish university,
you will have a job.
You have a job straight on. But of course, it will be an internship.
But life didn't guarantee that she will graduate to get the job.
No, that's what happened also with her.
Yeah. And she graduated.
And then worked.
I will assume it was good for her to marry him.
Yeah, I know.
In the beginning of when there was nothing. But there was future though. There was hope and plans maybe between them. Why to the point where they even got married.
Yeah.
But you were thinking he saw her future and knowing, okay, she's going the right place and tag along with her.
Yeah, I could say that, and I should say that because look at how things went on. She's with the man, but the man is not doing anything in the relationship. She's with the man.
But that's from the beginning.
No, let's talk about when now she works, she get a job.
Yeah.
Their relationship did not last that long for her to, until she got a job. It was like one thing was happening. She was really finally yet to finish, and then job straight on, and then married. Things like that.
Did they meet in the beginning of her last term or at the end of her last term of studies?
No, I have no idea with that one.
Yeah.
But what I know is that she was not far off from, graduating and getting a job. She was not far off when they met.
Well, these stories, guys, it's life out there is hard. Life out there is really tough, So women and men, you gotta be careful who you choose to be with. It depends on, what I'm saying. Because most people are not true, they're not loyal. So you can spend so much time with somebody, you don't even know them. So at the end of the day, you just gotta be careful who you choose to be with. And hopefully it's the right one. But for me, I have a question still, why would she continue to invest into more being in debt or credit to get more car? If the guy is not doing anything, as she's saying, the guy is basically deadbeat. So why are you putting more money into him and getting yourself into more debt?
Yeah, though, as we said, probably seeing the potential, probably seeing the future, probably just thinking, okay, let me keep holding this family thing down. Let me just keep being the woman. I'm the wife. I'm married. This is my family. I gotta do everything for my family. All of those things in the mind, moving, influencing the decision making. But at the end of the day, we are not, nobody's a victim really, because if you're a medical doctor, you should have more sense, even when it comes to
Yeah,
religion.
when it comes to
No
love, when it
offense.
comes to love, when it hits you, it's different, And you are right saying that. She probably put family first, her married,
Yeah,
kids and all that stuff, which is fair for her. But who ended the relationship or the marriage?
the man
Oh,
ended.
he ended the marriage.
Yeah, because he was no more in love, or he was not in love, which is why I said, I don't know, but it has been proven that men are more in love with the woman they invest into than the woman they don't invest to. With this case, it's so easy for him because you know what?
No, I'm not
He
gonna.
did, he did nothing for the
I'm not
girl.
gonna argue with that.
He
with you.
did nothing
No,
for the
that one
girl.
I'm not gonna argue. Like men are more in love with with the women they invest in. No.
I don't know. That's
No.
what they say. That's
No,
what it's been proven.
no,
Because
I'm a man. I will
because
tell you that's not the truth. But I will tell you also, like, if I invest in you, of course I'm gonna, look after my investments. But the thing is, sorry, I don't mean to cut you, though. But the thing is regarding men loving a woman better, different, whatever. I would say is the loyalty and respect and love the woman give the man. Yeah, it makes.
for you,
I would say generally,
for you.
generally. Like I think sometimes the men having multiple women makes it so mixed up thinking, okay, yeah, it's not. But these things, if a woman shows that to a man, I'll tell you this, like, he will choose you over every time. He will choose you every time because he knows that this woman love him, this woman respect him, this woman, like kind of have that and give him peace. He will choose that woman.
It's been also proven that a lot of times it has happened that men leaving the woman they have been with when they were nothing, which then proves my point that men, where they invest more, they love more. Because here's the thing, with this situation, let's talk about it. If the roles were switched, if the man was the one paying the rent, paying the car installment, looking after the kids, doing his role as a man, then yeah, he will not just leave. But now he's more free because he was not doing any of those things.
No, that's not why he left. Because he's not doing anything.
He left because he was not in love with the woman.
That's
And
true.
the reason
That's true.
and what make a man also to love or be drawn to a woman is what they do for them.
No,
Not what the
no,
woman does for them.
no. I would say the opposite. Because if I thought
With you,
no, the opposite. Because this guy has a woman that's doing everything for him, and he still leaves.
that's what I'm saying. It's not
So
what
it's-
the woman
it's-
does for them, it's what
So
they do for the woman.
no, it's not even that. Because
It's the power of being able to provide. It's the ego, the power of being the man in the
if
relationship.
the guy wanted to provide for her, he will. That's why I say in the beginning, if the girl graduated now, let's say finished her education, you know how we see the stories, especially on, it's been portrayed on Nigerian movies and all that stuff anyway.
Yeah.
They help you pay for your education, then you graduate, and then now you are working good job, now you are paying things.
Yeah.
You remember that movie we watched? That guy that paid for the girl's education and had the family, and then they went to America, and then he came down there. He's not working, the girl is working, and he was like, "Nah, I paid your education, A, B, C, and Z."
Yeah.
It could be the case here. The guy was sponsoring her.
No, he was not.
He was not.
No, he was not.
But we don't know that. Though.
No, I know that.
Okay.
He was not. No, he was not.
Not paying
Not
not paying any bills or not paying for anything or providing for her. I don't think that's the real reason why he would just get up and leave easily. He get up and leave because he's not in love with woman, and other reasons of why the problems they have. Because a man also who's providing for a woman can't get up and leave if he's not in love with the woman anymore.
That's true.
Yeah, so
That's
I don't think it's because of he wasn't paying for anything.
No, you know why he is not in love with the woman?
Yeah.
He's not investing in the woman.
I can invest into a woman and end up not being in love with the person.
I'm not saying men who invest, they cannot fall in out of love.
Basically, it's easier for him to just...
Exactly.
Yeah, okay,
because
yeah.
being a man, one of the proud things is I
he
am
feel
a
like
man,
that was nothing
my
he was
role.
doing.
Yes,
But
that's what I'm saying.
I would see the kids as his biggest investment there.
Nigerians? Kids,
Sorry,
Nigerians?
we're not making a generalization of all men.
I don't
It's just the biggest conversation out there. Anyway,
I don't have sound.
It's just the biggest conversation out there, that's all. But if that's the case, that's not a good thing. Where like a man can easily get up and leave and not have no connection with the kids anymore. Because that's our greatest investment, having kids, somebody to leave your name.
Nigerians again. Anyway, I don't
That
want
man, that man. We're gonna say that Nigerian man.
Yeah.
That Nigerian man, we're gonna say. But at the same time,
But you know,
we know like okay, so many stories like that been out there. But at the same time, real men don't leave their kids about, behind and stuff like that, unless and until the woman refuses or don't allow or don't want them to be part of the kid life. And yeah, but going back to this lady, all I can say about this lady is that she made her bed and she laid in it forward since what, 2015.
Yeah.
And I will also say she allowed the guy not to work, cause for the life of me, two grown-up people for what, 2015 till now, that's what, 11 years, and you don't work. Are you serious? Are you joking me?
Exactly.
For what? Unless I'm a multi-millionaire and I'm still gonna throw some racks on you, tell you, yo, get your ass up, get some business, get something to going on. If not, you're gonna get bored. I'm gonna get bored of you, and I might probably look at somewhere else. Because if my woman for 11, I'm not saying I'm gonna go on cheat, like I say, but let's say I'm active, you're not active. We married 10 plus years. I'm gonna get bored after. If I tell you let's do this, and you will see what you won't do it, nothing. I'll get bored. I'm not gonna go outside and cheat. I'm gonna tell you, mate, there, I want a second wife. Or sign these papers. Allow me to do my thing. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Anyway, guys.
Yeah.
At this time, like honestly, we don't take victimization.
No.
You choose what you choose.
No.
It's your choice.
No.
Yeah,
Life does happen in a relationship. Heated conversation, heated argument, but we hope that it will not end up to be a physical abuse.
Yeah. And
those type of stuff we don't condone.
And each each person must take accountability of, I also play a part.
Accountability of it
exactly.
Just
to learn more. Yeah.
You guys should not be laughing on social media. My man, if I tell you you cannot take the ride for all 11 plus years, you didn't just waste time there too. I don't know, whatever you were doing there for, you got 3 kids there that are life. These are not material, these are life kids, you know what I mean? You need to be part of for the rest of their life. So there's no laughing emojis with this.
Okay, yes, it definitely needs to do better. Okay guys, thank you for tuning in with us. Make sure you like that button and you subscribe and leave your comment below. And just tell us more what you think about Dr. Tadiwe's story.
This Mr. Doctor.
Mr. Doctor, okay, bye guys, see you next time.